If you're looking for Tesla drama, you've come to the right place. However, if you're looking for the Tesla Roadster, I have no idea where it is, nor do I have any idea where the Cybertruck is, but I can't help you with the drama. Let's take a look at the headlines here. Federal investigators widen Tesla inquiry, company says, and essentially there's more crazy things going on at Tesla. We're going to go through the details of this stuff. And frankly, it's hard to keep track of all these things because there's always so much drama with this guy, plus his companies. And, this was what, October 5th. Remember the SEC was suing him to say, hey, you got to come in and give testimony about what you did with the money regarding Twitter, that kind of stuff. Moreover, he's in like weird personal drama. I mean, read the headline because I'm just making stuff up. Elon Musk takes son X to F1 race amid parental rights with X crimes. Published October 23rd, 2023. And it's funny because it's like when you read this headline, it doesn't even really make sense. So apparently, according to this, and you guys can correct me, I'm just reading what I see here. Elon Musk spent time with 3-year-old son X A-E A-XII. For real, did he name his kid XAE A-XII? And you guys can write in the comments if he did. And you have full, freedom to name your kids whatever you want. My advice to you as just a human being, don't name your kids too weird of names because it's kind of cursing the kid from life. That's my opinion. If you have a different opinion, if you think you should name your kid XAE A-XII, so be it. And personally, I think you should just name your kid Rainbow or Cloud instead of this if you're going to just give your kid an odd name, or Tree or Bicycle, whatever. Although I guess to be fair, maybe X is a cooler name than Bicycle. But if you think naming your kid Bicycle or X is a good name, please let me know. Yes, and it's a real thing. Who names their kid X? Another thing as well is the Department of Justice, SEC, they're saying, hey, did you use Tesla money to build yourself a glass house? What's going on with that with Elon? Moreover, guys, I'm telling you, there's always drama. Remember, he's being sued by, it was like the California Employment Agency. Are you harassing black workers? Is that a thing? And in fact, they've had to pay out settlements before. So this isn't like some random stuff. And when you're paying settlements, it's like, millions of dollars, something's going on. Moreover, what we just found out on Monday's SEC filings, they're under investigation for yet more things. You can read here. Feds expand Tesla investigation to include vehicle range, personal benefits. So let's read through some of the details. And again, it's hard to keep track with all this stuff, to be honest, because there's always new crap popping up. And especially for people who are invested in this stuff, for me, it's personally too much drama. But I mean, I think that the Tesla, Elon Musk, and the sort of social media, hero figure is it really the key to understanding our market these days. There's kids out there that idolize this guy. And I'll just tell you the truth. Like I make these kind of videos and people write comments, oh, Chris, you're so dumb. Elon's so rich. He's awesome. And you're just a loser. That's what people say. And I'm just telling you the truth. Elon Musk and I went to the same university. He's a little bit older than me, University of Pennsylvania. And I mention that is because I know people who know Elon Musk, like run in the same circles. However, not everyone in the world wants to name their kid X. Not everyone wants to, build glass houses and try to scam people or whatever he's doing over there, or harass workers. Like, not everyone wants that lifestyle. For me, I purposely did not choose to do these kind of things. It is real that you can make a lot of money getting involved with this stuff, but everyone's got to choose, what's right for you. And this is sort of why when I make these videos, just to let you know, like, this is the world out there. It's crazy stuff. And I completely understand it's hard to know what to believe anymore. But I will say, when you see these sort of big probes by the Department of Justice, I wouldn't want that on me or my company or get involved with any of this stuff. That's just my opinion. And we'll read through like some of the stuff that's going on here. So he's saying here, Department of Justice has expanded its inquiry into Tesla's business practices to include how far its vehicles can travel on full charge and personal benefits. And the charge thing is basically, and I can actually attest this because I drove a Tesla when I was in the USA, and the basic gist of it is that the range of the battery doesn't show correctly, And there are charges that Elon and I guess the engineers have come out and saying, because it's not like people wouldn't know this stuff. It's documented that he was saying, hey, be generous / aggressive on what the dial or the sort of indicator shows what the range is. And I'm just telling you from experience, it was really funky, the Tesla range thing, because it would like drop drastically. So basically, it would overestimate how far you can go. And essentially the Department of Justice is saying like, hey, are you essentially doing fraudulent activity? Are you saying that your range is farther than what it really is? You guys understand what I'm saying? And if you understand like the importance of this kind of stuff, it's not like when you go and you buy a car and they say, hey, miles per gallon is 1,000, and then when you actually take the car home and it only gets like 10 miles per gallon, you're like, hey, something's going on here. Did you lie to me? That kind of stuff. So that's why you do want to investigate these kind of things. Moreover, they're looking at personal benefits to high-ranking executives or large shareholders. And it says the company didn't elaborate on that. And so, I point out this stuff is because, you're dealing with people with money and in powerful places. And also, too, don't necessarily equate that having a lot of money makes you an honest person, right? Because, like, it's this goes back to where people idealize money a little bit too much and say, well, he's really rich, therefore everything he does is great, and I want to be just like him. Sometimes these people in those companies, like, it's a real thing. I mean, they may be doing any number of crazy things, of essentially misappropriating public money. Essentially, like you're an investor in a publicly traded company, and who knows what they're doing with your money? Like, they're supposed to, like, when you invest in company, they're supposed to disclose all the things that they're doing. And they're supposed to, like, try to develop a profitable business. But if they end up doing the personal benefit kind of stuff, is that really in the shareholders' best interest, right? This is sort of why you have regulations on these things. And they're looking into it. And it was saying here that, moreover, they're looking at whether, here it is, I'll read it. The U.S. Attorney's Office in New York has looked into whether funds were misused in Planned House for Elon Musk. That's the glass house thing. The company's chief executive, and then they're saying here, they asked Tesla, but he did not respond for comment. Moreover, this is the other stuff was right. Then you also have the whole self-driving software thing. When is that going to come? And it's saying here, Tesla is in target of lawsuits, so I guess more than one, claiming the software played a major role in accidents that caused death and injuries and does not live up to the claims about its performance. And so you're dealing with like multiple things all the time, right? What are you doing with the money? Where's the products you promised? Are you lying about your products? This kind of stuff. And like, what is this? There's yet another thing. I'm not making it up. It's like it just keeps stacking up. Here's another one. In the filing out Monday, this is all from the same thing. Tesla also disclosed a data breach. Now we're dealing with data breaches at the company has resulted in several individual and prospective class action lawsuits filed against it. In its disclosure, Tesla wrote, quote, 4 news outlets reported that it obtained certain misappropriated data. So Tesla's calling it misappropriated data. If you want to call it data breach, who knows what this thing is. This appears to have referenced a German, so I guess the German news announced that there was a 100 gigabyte leak of Tesla files. So who knows what that stuff is. I remember hearing something in the news. It was kind of funny, and it sounded pretty plausible to me, but I guess who knows. Where I guess Tesla has a whole bunch of camera footage of people, and then evidently the report the one that I read, was saying that people inside Tesla were making jokes about, like, how can I say, stuff that people do inside their cars and spreading said videos and images or whatever. And you can let your imagination run wild on any number of times that the camera's been on inside your Tesla, and any number of things that people do in their cars. I mean, you can be any number of things. And then as an employee, you see said thing like, oh my God, that's really funny. And you start sharing with other people in the office. So who knows, what the truth is about this kind of stuff. And that's essentially like all of these things is why you have whatever investigations. Is there anything illegal going on? Is there privacy issues? Is there scamming, fraudulent issues? It's crazy. And the thing is about it is, again, it's funny when I make these videos that people like act like I'm just making random stuff up. So that's why I literally have to show you all this stuff all the time. That when Elon Musk is like, hey, we dug our own grave with Cybertruck, and then it's weird. I think in the world that we live in today, people are more apt to believe something that they want to believe, right? Even if it's completely untrue, but they just really want to believe it. And if something goes against what they want to believe, meaning, like, for example, if they really want to believe that this Tesla Roadster is awesome and Elon Musk never lies, I mean, you can live in that world, but evidently, like, they announced this thing, was it 6 years ago, and it's still not here. Like, where is this dang thing? And I was actually looking on their website, and it's funny because we never even talk about the Roadster. So I guess if you really want to get this thing, you have to give them $5,000 today, and then in 10 days, you got to wire them $45K. They promised to give it to you 6 years ago, so it's like, I guess legally they can just hold your money forever and never give it to you, I guess. But we'll see. I mean, this is again why you would want the government to step in and be like, hey, are you like, committing fraud against people? Like, where's your Roadster? Where's your Cybertruck? And they're talking about the Cybertruck situation. I was looking at their website because I check every day. It's kind of an interesting thing to track because they said it's going to come out like November 30th, which is about a month from now, basically. It's still not on their website prominently, right? So that it's nowhere pictured on there, and you have to kind of dig for it in the menus. And then when you find out on the website, it just says $100 due today, but there's like no pricing on this thing. And it was funny. I was telling my wife about this. Is like, because you guys should know this. Like, how realistic is this? Because usually when a car comes out or something like that, you'll know like months in advance. They'll tell you pricing, and all the details and stuff like that, and because they want to, generate sales. But like this idea that we don't even know how much this thing costs and it's supposed to come out next month seems pretty ludicrous to me. And it's funny because the people who love Elon Musk say, oh, he's got lots of pre-orders and stuff like that. And it's like, because they only had to put it down $100. It's fully refundable. So of course people are going to pre-order, but it doesn't mean they're actually going to buy it, right? And this goes back to like all the things that we talk about a lot on this channel. There's a lot of BS out there, but at the end of the day, you got to figure out, okay, what's the bottom line and what the numbers say, and essentially put your money, where your mouth is, that kind of stuff. And it's interesting. Like, here's another example of sort of why I like having this community with you guys, because we try to cut through all the BS and try to figure out, hey, what do you think's happening? So I'll read through a couple headlines, and you guys can decide for yourself. Here it is. Most of the world's biggest advertisers have stopped buying ads on Elon Musk X. Exclusive new data shows. So that just came out, and essentially, there's this company. I guess it's a media consulting agency. They deal with a whole bunch of the biggest brands that do advertising. That it's called Ubiquity, and essentially they're just like, hey, look, Tesla advertising, or sorry, not Tesla, Twitter advertising or X advertising is going down. Right? It's a one-way ticket, and it's interesting because they don't really necessarily call, and this is the X's CEO, Yasserina, I think her name is. They don't call her a liar. They just say like there's a discrepancy because she's saying X CEO says the platform could turn a profit next year, and that most of the top advertisers have returned in the past 12 weeks. And so it's actually really quite interesting. This is sort of whenever we talk about these kind of things, be it with the government investigations on Tesla, or be it with something like this, or you can watch my previous video, meet Kevin, Threat, and Assuming, these kind of stuff, is like these kind of people, they are very particular about language, right? Because essentially what it is the way these games are played regarding, say, Cybertruck or any number of these things, is they try to say, hey, I'm not lying to you. I said the Cybertruck is coming sometime. like, do you guys have to say, like he'll say, I'm not lying to you. Cybertruck is going to come sometime in the future, or I'm not lying to you. We made a Cybertruck, right? But you're like, just as a practical sense, well, like Eli, you said it's coming, but like you said that, last year, you said that 2 years ago, and I put my deposit out. Where is it? That's why I say, guys, at the end of the day, this whole BS world, that you guys look at the bottom line, like where is it? And this is when these kind of people have credibility issues, right? And I get it, the people love Elon Musk and that kind of stuff, but there's only so long that you can get away with stuff, and we'll see what the investigations come up with. Moreover, I was thinking about this. This is a real thing. Is in the world that we live in, this is why I was saying that Elon Musk, Tesla, X is sort of like the key to understanding everything these days. Is that people, really idolize these kind of people, like be it your Logan Paul or Elon Musk, that will say whatever, do whatever in order to just basically make money. And many people are like, that's fine for them. They consider that success. I disagree with that. That's just not my thing. You read this headline here. Logan Paul hasn't refunded fans who lost millions on the CryptoZoo game. it's not my thing, right? I wouldn't, I would feel very uncomfortable to come out and tell everyone every day that Roadster is coming and it's going to be awesome, et cetera, and have to do that for like 6 years. I mean, just imagine that. Or like you have to come out and, basically make up crap about Cybertruck that it's coming tomorrow, that kind of stuff. And then, when you finally tell people the truth, hey, we dug our own grave with Cybertruck, then people start freaking out because they're living under this illusion, or maybe all along they knew it was BS, but they were making money off of your BS. And that's sort of like the crux of it, right? It depends on what world that you choose to live in. So for me, whenever I read this stuff, for me, it's entertaining because I think it's funny. But I am well aware that for some people, it's clearly not funny because they got a lot of money tied up in this stuff. And then, then obviously they're going to be very aggressive at attacking anyone who's like, Elon Musk is a hero and he's awesome. And you and the government and people like, you're all just haters and Cybertruck's going to be awesome, right? And so whenever money's involved, sort of like people advocate to what benefits them, regardless of if it's a moral, truthful, or any of these kind of things. So I hope you understand my point of view on this stuff. I purposely would not want to name my kid X. That's just me. But some people do. And, that's the world that we live in, and you got to choose for yourself what's right for you. So that is the Tesla drama of the day. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any one of these things, and I'll catch you in the next video.